Hello AMA Lifetime members. I'm Ryan Young, six-time National Trials Champion, and I'm on the ballot for the AMA Hall of Fame this year. I'm making this video to give you a little history on myself, maybe learn a little bit about trials and what I've done. And right behind me, we can start with the 6 National Championship Eagles. For being a trials champion, you get an eagle for each year you've won the national championship. So there's 3 here and 3 over there. In this whole basement, I made the trophy room. So on the wall, it's all national trophies. So Texas, Rhode Island, Connecticut, everywhere, all around the country. I did the nationals from 1982 to 1996. And during that time, I was on the TDN team 8 years in a row. So every year I do the TDN over in Europe, and we do a world round a week before the TDN to get acclimated to Europe and break in the bikes and get used to the bikes. So it's cool going to Europe, competing with people like Graham Jarvis, Terry Michaud, Eddie Lejeune, all the world champions. I competed in Europe for probably 9 years straight. And very nice awards you get from Europe, little flags and medallions, and this cool, looks like a hatchet, but they use it in the salt mines in Poland. So that's one of my favorite trophies right there. And then this wall is the Ute Cup wall. I started doing the Ute Cup when I was a national champion just one time, and then got back into it probably in my 40s. So I won the Ute Cup at the age of 50, and I won it at the age of 56. So I'm going to be going for it again this year at the age of 58. And after retiring from national competition, I started my business, Ryan Young Products, Circle USA, importing trials items from Europe. And then in 1999, started importing the Sherco Trials motorcycle, imported that for 20 years. And in that 20 years, we sponsored tons of current national pro champions, past national champions. We had spring break training all the top pros every year. So I worked with Cody Webb, Pat Smodgy, Luis Forsley. Basically everybody in the trials industry came through our program. So I'm really proud of that achievement we made. And then I started a youth program in 1998 as well. At every national, I'd take the youth around and have little competitions for them because they didn't have anything to do when their parents were competing in the nationals. So I gave them something to do. And then I had to get out of that and let Bill Markham take it over, then Top Bachelor, because the business got super busy. I had to become the minder for Pat Smodgy and help Pat get tons of his national championships and get him to where he is today. And after the youth program, just the spring break trainings continued forever, the Trial of Nations, all that stuff. And I want to show you my first AMA pin. So I'll never forget getting my first AMA pin when I was 8 years old, getting it in the mail. It's really cool. And then every year you sign up, I got all 25 pins here. And after you do 25 years, you become a lifetime member. And that's the only people that can vote is lifetime members. So it's pretty cool that obviously I'm a lifetime member 25 more years over. And I have this cool little refrigerator with my dad on a GRM and a Triumph right here. That Triumph was a street bike that my dad made into a dirt bike. He was the America's first national trials champion in 1972. So I like to collect things that remind me of my dad. So I got this Triumph 200 by a guy in Kansas. Then my dad got sponsored by GRM, so I got a GRM. And then a pretty cool Kajiva Trials bike. And then one of my championship Aprilias right here. And then back in the bedroom, I have the bike I got my 50th national win on. So let's take a look at that. So here's a 1996 gas that came red, but we made it blue and yellow. That was my sponsor's colors, Zip Express. So we got some 160 plastic and some 320 plastic, made it blue and yellow. Then a really nice Bull Taco 1975 model. Got that restored by a guy in California. Proud to have that in my collection. So I do a lot of private schools and I travel all around the country teaching trial schools, hard enduro schools, So if you want to do a private school, this would be where you would stay. We pick you up at the airport and you get to stay here in the trophy room. And I take you out to our 1,200 acre property, club park property just north of Louisville, Kentucky. I've been using that for 30 years to train all the pros that have come through our program. So hope you learned a little bit about the trials history and my passion, what I've done for 50 years in the sport. I'd love to have your vote. We only have one day left. All votes need to be in by June 16th. I'd be honored to be in the AMA Hall of Fame. Please pass this video on. Please get those votes in. It would mean the world to me. Thank you very much.